Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sacred Activations Practitioner Training. This is the first level. We have a base 26 activations that I'll be teaching in this class. And at this level is one-on-one. And it's very, 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 very important at this level not to do more than one-on-one. You're welcome to do it remotely. You can do it in person, but do not, and I'm saying this for your safety, because the more people you add in, the more powerful this energy gets. This energy is easy. It's simple. It's probably going to be the most simple modality that you ever learn in your life. And it's probably going to be one of the most powerful modalities you're ever going to learn in your life. You know, Sacred Activations is all about expanding your consciousness and waking you up and connecting you and all that other stuff. But one of the things about Sacred Activations that I really, really, really love, it's about practical life. It's about being here on planet Earth, being able to show up, being able to be real, clearing those subconscious belief systems so that you can really function in this world. And you can enjoy yourself and you can create and you can have fun. Because there's a lot of people teaching you all this stuff about the stars and the planets and these activations and those activations. They're all cool. They sound great. They feel good. But can you maintain that energy? No. Because your vibration isn't at that level. We are masters. Our job is to be here, not up there. We already know up there. We're mastering the game here. Here, right here. Beautiful beings. I mean, look at yourselves. You're all freaking amazing. And if you're in these classes, you're amazing. And you're ready to do some massive shifts in your life and if you wish to help other people. You don't have to. You know the really cool thing about all of this is? All you have to do is work on yourself. And everybody around you starts shifting how they mirror back to you. You start getting treated completely different. You don't have to go out there and fix anybody. You just got to work right here. And the more you work right here, the more amazing people show up around you that can mirror that back to you and treat you kind and loving. And this thing that everybody calls ego, that tells you you can't do this and you can't do that, guess what that is? That's your subconscious programming telling you that you have these belief systems that you need to shift. No matter what that subconscious programming says, if it's not supporting you, guess what? You can change it. You can make it work for you. It's about oneness, you guys. It's not about separation. It's about making your ego your amigo, connecting with your subconscious programming so that you can tell it what you want. Make it your servant, not your master. It's all there and it all needs to be there. It's all part of it. It's not something you want to separate from. It's something you want to connect with. This is about learning about the activations, how to do the activations, getting tons of practice in with the activations so you know what to do. And really, I say, so you know what to do. It's so easy, you guys. You're going to go, you got to be kidding me. Because the sacred activations, when you give these to people, it's just the beginning. Their life will continue to shift for days, weeks, and months after your half-hour session with them.
Well, that was a great experience, and I tried the first time. I asked when it would be complete, and so I just kind of imagined I heard it's complete, and then the second time I just said, okay, I'm just gonna energetically feel it complete, and not. I felt like the first time I was more in my head.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I literally, I was telling Dawn, I literally felt like I just got pushed back.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Done. Yeah, so that was interesting. That was a lot of fun.
I have a question and a sharing. That was amazing. That was really so much fun. I'm surprised that I could do it actually, and to get the feedback that the other person, who I worked with, who I teamed up with, that they were actually feeling it was great confirmation that, whatever was happening needed to happen, and I didn't really have to do anything. All I had to request it.
Yeah.
That was really awesome. I'm really glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just wanted to check something. I noticed when I first started to run the activation, it felt kind of a little bit frantic to me, and then the energy just felt a little bit frantic, and then I realized that I hadn't consciously gone to the central sun yet, and when I did that, it then started to feel really calm. And the feedback that I got from the other person was that they noticed that sometimes they're kind of maybe pushing the energy themselves a bit, and then they release that and they let it happen. And I was wondering if maybe that's what we were doing, that at first I was kind of pushing it myself.
Well, what it is if you're not going into the central sun, you're in the middle of the energy. So you're in the middle of all the clearing and everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
And when you're in the central sun, you're out of it.
And the other thing was running the Christ consciousness activation. And I just kept having this thought, like, I could just do this all day. I didn't know when to stop because I was enjoying it so much, and I just kept thinking like this could just keep going and going and going, like I'd be happy for this to just keep running. So I kind of just consciously stopped because I didn't actually feel as though I just felt like it could have just kept going.
So I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it was Family Constellation. I was the presenter, and I got this bead of sweat that went over my whole body, including my palms and the bottoms of my feet, and then it got really icy. And so I was like, wow, to me it felt like Spirit had stepped forward. So I asked, and they told me there were all these family, connections behind me that were being cleared. And so I just sat with it the whole time, and the person I presented to felt that there was a lot of energy behind her, and they were telling her it was her family also. That was so cool.
Tamra, you bringing this gift to us, it's so amazing.
Thank you.
It's so amazing. Like you're saying, like you worked on your family with so many other healing modalities. Like I mentioned, like I'm heat healing practitioner, and I've been working on resentment towards my family issues and everything. But the activations were like, honestly, that's another, I think I can't express it. Like it's totally another training healing modalities we're talking about. Like it just shifts you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that.
Playful almost. It felt very sunny the only word that I really have to describe it is sunny. And at some point I felt a kind of grandmotherly energy is the only way that I would really know how to explain it. Kind of felt like there was this kind of grandma energy with a child. I don't know if that means anything or not to you.
Okay, so I was kind of feeling like more space in my heart. That's how I felt that, like kind of making space. Yeah, and when you say grandmother, I have heard this from many people whom I had session with. They always say like, my grandmother is watching me. I have heard about that, so it is not a surprise you felt the same way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then toward the end, I kind of felt that it was done because it kind of felt like this kind of childlike energy, just kind of wanting to run away, like really happy and wanting to run away, if that makes sense. And I was like, oh, okay, I think that's
Okay. So when I was doing the fruit of life, it's like I felt like a rhythm in my body. That's what the flow I felt.
I definitely felt something flowing through me that was quite strong, but gentle at the same time. And when I was doing the life grid, universal life grid activation, there was this sense of intensity. A lot of orange was coming through. That sort of warm. It was like a warm embrace, if that makes sense.
I'm not sure. Like I felt like a bunch of flowers, a bunch of blooming flowers. So.
Yeah, that was actually really interesting because I had a lot of physical sensations. I wasn't really getting a lot visually or emotionally. It was physical, which is quite different because the only activation that I have noticed really strong physical sensations usually is Lord Metatron.
Okay.
But this one, it felt like a very fast energy. That's the only way that I really know how to explain it, kind of at the back of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was noticing a lot of pressure here. You know how if like you cover your third eye, but you're not touching it, but you can feel it? It felt like here, like just all this pressure here.
Okay.
And then my, the nerve underneath my eye started twitching and it wouldn't stop. It was very, it was very interesting. It's not what I was expecting. Yeah.
You know, there's certain areas in our body that we store energy, you know, like in the different chakra areas, depending on what's going on. And when we do classes like this and stuff, sometimes things get worse before they get better. They don't have to, but sometimes when the energy is releasing, it can be painful. And but then it's gone, and when it's gone, it doesn't return. Like when I was talking earlier, so it does transform and clear, but when we hurt somewhere in our body, it's because the energies we hold in that area. So start looking at the belief systems around the chakras. So anyway, so just know whatever's clearing and whatever pain's in your body, you are a hologram. It's just showing you that it's there and you're shifting energies out. I mean, I know what this modality does. I see it. And in so many areas, I kept it so small because of that fear of that spiritual ego. I don't have fear of the spiritual ego anymore. I know I can totally unmask myself and be real with you and still bring this power in and not be pretentious or pretend I'm something else, except who I am, which is a very down-to-earth, kind, loving, sweet person that can definitely stand up for herself and brings in a very powerful modality. Yay, peace, love, joy, and happiness. So, you know, that's really important, you guys, to get that balanced out. You know, this is really, 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 really strong energy. So, you know, if you're feeling like you've had too much already, just listen to the activations and don't do anymore. Okay. This isn't about a marathon. That's why you guys have only been doing 2 at a time when you go into groups. This isn't about a marathon on how many activations you can get in a weekend. I remember this one weekend in Colorado, I did this live weekend event. One day was on relationships and the next day was on finances. The people that were in this class, you would know their names. They're very advanced people. And 3 weeks later, I had to do a group session with all of them and help clear them because all of their stuff was coming up. And these are people that you would consider already masters. So what you guys are getting this weekend is going to keep shifting you and shifting you and shifting you. Sometimes it's painful. I've had people throw up after class or private sessions. This isn't a joke. This isn't, you know, this is, I mean, when you look at each one of these programs, you're releasing hundreds, even thousands of belief systems. And what do we do with our belief systems? We plug it into our computer, right? So if you've got all this drama and trauma and overwhelm and lack of limitations, it's in your body, it's in your fibers, it's in your hologram. And sometimes when that's releasing, it's painful. And sometimes it's painful, trust me. And I'm not going to go deeper into it, but it is. And does it have to be? You know, I don't know. I don't think it needs to be. And I think we should just be able to shift super easy. And life just keeps getting better and better and better and better. In some ways it does. In some ways, when it's such a deep wound or energy that you're shifting, sometimes it's painful because you've held on to that and have had so much energy in that, pushing that into your body constantly. So when it starts releasing, sometimes it's painful. Sometimes you throw up. Sometimes you pass out for a day. But when you come to out the other side, you're going to feel a lot better. And you're not going to recreate that program. That program's gone. And life just keeps getting better and better and better. I am completely different than I was last year. And for me, from 7 years ago, I don't even recognize I wouldn't even recognize myself. It'll continue to shift you and shift you and shift you, where you don't recognize yourself. Back, you look at those old energies of where you were and you go, wow, thank God I'm not running that energy anymore. Thank God I finally got through that program. Whatever it is, I mean, because, you know, I'm in my 50s. Some of these programs I've been running my whole life. Remember, 0 to 7. You know, and even beyond. But again, your timeline is your timeline and you are everything. So, also, a huge reminder, you guys, be compassionate with yourself. Honor yourself, respect yourself, give yourself a hug. Go rest if you need to rest. Go cry if you need to cry. But take care of you. Because if you want to be here for other people, you have to be number one in your life. You have to take care of you. You have to. I think that's one reason why I really unplugged for me out of where I'm from. Because when I come to Mexico or I come to England, it's about me. And I can really focus on taking care of me and then also then extending that and take care of you guys and help you guys. But you've got to take care of yourself. So if you have a busy life and you have a huge family and all these responsibilities, make sure you take even 15 minutes a day just for you.